Hey everybody, John Ricky Karamatsu, how you doing? Uh, I talked about the resolutions, New Year's 2024 New Year's resolutions, and how I mentioned I'm trying to make it simple, more easier, make the process smoother in the future. I mean, the first time you build it is always super difficult. So what I'm trying to say is like for my contracts, everything that I do for corporate law or for wills and trusts, I'm trying to create a new way of writing. In other words, you see a lot of contracts with a lot of run-on sentences that goes on and on and on. You see words that are difficult. The way it's written, it's like not easy to read. So this is what I'm trying to do with all the contracts. I'm trying to make it easier for the eye, easier to read. So the frame, the formatting, instead of jumbling all up, I try to dissect it and itemize it with numbers, or or just some easier sentence, or breaking the sentence up instead of having this run on. Second is the definitions. So in the contracts, you run into these words and you got to go into the Black Law Dictionary, or hopefully they have a definitions clause, at the end. But rather than even having the definitions, categorized in one part of the contract, you got to flip back and forth and look for it. Especially if you're doing an 80-page contract or something like that, you got to go back to the definitions page so often. I'm embedding the definition within that section of the contract. And I just thought it's just easier. Yeah, okay, it's more work for me, but it's so much easier on the user. So I'm trying to make contractors user friendly, just like technology. You want to make it easier to do your work. Shouldn't we make the contract easier to get the other work done? I mean, understanding it done, like the people who are going to try and read our work, the lawyer's work, shouldn't that step be easier for them, is what I'm saying. So like, yeah, okay, there's tradition, we always use these type of sentences, but do we really have to use it for like another 200 years? I think we can make it more fun. So that's why I'm breaking down the form. I break it down to, I'm making the formatting easier, using more fun more fun fonts. I'm using more fun fonts, easier to read fonts. uh, uh, oh yeah, and then I also put explanations. So you have these difficult sentences, you have hard words, you have definitions, you got to check the definition sections or your dictionary. um Also, like, then you got to understand it, then you got to understand the terms, then you got to understand the reasoning behind the contract, or the tradition behind it, or what is that word, it's uh, uh I'm putting explanations in the contract itself. Okay, I know it's weird because you don't really see that, right? But why not? I'm thinking like, why? Let's make it user friendly. It's like, even for me, I gotta like, it's like extra work for me to read a contract because, I don't memorize all these words. I don't. I read it and then my eyes are like going crazy looking at those long sentences. So it takes me a long time. Why not make the process easier? Is what I'm saying. It's like, why we gotta wear suit and tie for work? I mean, like, it's choking us. Can we wear open shirt, or like all the entrepreneurs, like casual wear? Like, is it necessary if it makes work not as fun or uncomfortable? I don't know. I'm just thinking out of the box and applying it to law. And the same thing with movie writing, screenwriting. When I'm creating a system that incorporates the hero's journey, yes, I'm doing that. I'm incorporating some of the other storytelling techniques or strategies, yes. But then I'm making my own, like the ones that I feel are key. I'm going to just make it easier. Like, well, I have to read this long book about this one way of doing thing when I could have just gotten in a nutshell. basically first principles rule, right? We don't need to go through the entire book to just get one skill. So like what I did was yanked up all my favorites and made it like a checklist, like a pilot's checklist on what's needed in a great story per scene, per paragraph. So I wanted a user-friendly system for writing screenplays. And I created it for myself because all the other books were like, what? It's just too much. It's like just to do one skill, there's just so much words to describe that one skill. I just need to get to the point and like put it in a user-friendly system. Because I have to write the story now. I have to write the movie. I have to write the contract. I have to come up with ideas for my clients and my movie. Like, why not make the system easier is what I'm trying to do here at the business level as well as at the art level. So the process and the creativity put into it is two different things. But if we can make the process easier, then the creativity will be more fun, and just got to do the creative stuff because everything else is so easily understandable and applicable in a system, like a checklist system. Yeah, creativity is not a checklist, but there's a system in putting together both type of writings. And once you know that fundamental system, you can break the rules here and there. Well, not the law of the real law, but the rules of writing. You can break it a little, but then play around with it, and that's what I'm starting to learn. It took me so many years to figure this out, so I just wanted to share it with you. That's why if you see my contracts coming out in that way, I hope it influences other lawyers to write that way too, because we're still using the legal terms, but we're just putting in explanations, definitions, better formatting. Just simple moves like that can make the user experience more fun or enjoyable. So and I'm trying to do that with movies so that every scene, I hope, evokes an emotion in you, good or bad, positive, happy or sad. I hope every scene will show a conflict, good or bad kind of guy, person, event, scene, action, for everything. So I want your I want your mind and your heart to move with the story, like constantly move with the story, that you want to keep flipping seconds, not just a scene, but flipping seconds, moments. You want moment to moment. I'm hoping I can move your moments like that and have that catharsis feeling and nostalgia, all these like primal feelings of like survival, love, which is also lust, stuff like that, but put it into a story form. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and in my mid-year goals and my mid-year review of my New Year's resolution, that's what I'm trying to do, is simplify the system and then share it. So I'm sharing it with my partners right now, but later maybe I can put it in nonfiction and I can share it with you guys, and hopefully it works with you. I mean, every system is different. Mine may not work with yours, but it's helped me greatly in my work. And if it can kind of make work more fun for you and easier and faster, then that's my hope with what I'm trying to do with the nonfiction side of my life. As far as, yeah, it's the boring side of things because it's like systems, but systems can also make great things. If it's technology, science, or art, you need the confidence of that system to push you, and then the creativity will come. Or you will already have the creativity, but then you still got to organize all that creativity. So that's where the systems come in. So I hope that makes sense. Anyways, take care. Have a great week. And I know 2024 4th of July is coming up, so also have a great 4th of July. Okay, bye.